Good morning. I'm getting ready for my trip over to Spain, to Europe, and I'm packing my stuff. I thought I'd do a quick video about minimalist packing tips with 37 items to Europe, or something like that. I'll make up the title and I'll just post it with the video. I'll figure out something later that makes sense, but what I've got is 37 items here that I'm taking to Europe. 24 are set out here and the rest I'm going to be wearing. I'm wearing everything. The only thing in my pocket right now is the little clip-on for my sunglasses. When I'm talking about items, I include everything that goes with an item. Like a mobile phone, I include the cable that goes with it. When I'm talking about a computer, I'm including the power cord. If I'm talking about socks, a pair of socks I consider as one item. So I don't break things up into multiple items. I include the packing cube with the actual backpack. Pretty much the first thing I decide is what size backpack I'm going to take. I am using a Tortuga backpack. I did beta testing on this. This is from their Homebase collection. The version that they finally released was, I think, a 30 or a 35 liter. This is slightly smaller. This is like 25, and it works perfectly well for me. So I use this with a giant packing cube. Again, this was a prototype from Tortuga, and it's made specially to fit inside of here. So those are the two main components that I have. This does fit a laptop inside. So first thing I'll do is put the laptop in. This is the 13-inch Professional series, and I include a set of earbuds with that. Goes with it. I have a USB stick. I stick that in there. I have a Android mobile phone with power cord. That I may carry in my pocket, so I'm going to set that off to the side. I have the power unit that goes with the computer. That goes in there. The camera I'm shooting video with right now is included in the still shot. I can't really shoot the video and include it unless I get a mirror, but it's a Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II, and then I have the charging unit that goes with that. This is the American plug. I do have a power converter. I'll get to that in a second. So I stick that in. Here is the power converter. This here is a Santeki. It's not necessarily the best power converter in the world. It's fairly generic. You can find these almost anywhere in the United States or on Amazon. This one has USB charging on it and all the different plugs with little flip outs based on where you are. And it's a little bit unique in that it offers a Wi-Fi router, so you can plug in a Cat 5 cable in here and get Wi-Fi. I've used this a little bit. It's a little flaky. It quit working a few months ago. I don't know that I'd recommend it, but if you are looking for a Wi-Fi router inside of a little power cube, this might be the one for you. I have a pair of clippers, saved by not getting haircuts, and I use my clippers on my beard and my head. I like to travel in hostels, so I use a small lock on the lockers in the hostels. So I consider this essential. You can buy these abroad or you can rent them, but why do that if you can have your own? You save money. I have a luggage scale just to check my weight. I know I'm going to be way under, but some airlines like Icelandic Air or EasyJet get really finicky about their weights of their carry-ons. Obviously, I'm going with all carry-on solution here. I have a small toiletry bag, and basically it has a couple of zipper pockets, a little mirror built into it, and it folds down, but you can hang it up, and I love this thing. I use it all the time. Deodorant, stick that in there, and I stick a razor in, dental floss, and I have all my fluid liquids. I only have 3 bottles that I'm taking. One is toothpaste. I carry an empty bottle which I fill up with soap once I arrive at my destination, just using a dispenser out of any bathroom. And then I bring my own sunscreen, because sunscreen outside of the United States tends to be very, very expensive. So that's a little tip. and I put it in a bag. Probably should have a smaller bag, but I don't have one. I've never really had a problem going through security with having a larger bag unless you're trying to stuff it completely full. But 3 items, it's not going to be a big deal, especially if one of them is completely empty. I have a shower towel. This is the travel towel. It's a reasonable size. It's not exactly super comfortable, but it gets the job done. If I have the opportunity for 50 cents or $1 or €1 to rent a towel at a place, I'll do that, just because this is not quite as fun to pack up, and the texture of it is not really super great on your skin. It just feels a little weird. I have a Daypack that I carry. I use this during the day if I'm carrying a water bottle. I want a place for a jacket, something like that. It's not super sturdy, not super strong, but I like it. This is the little Daypack that I use when I go out to go to a museum or take a bus somewhere. So it's fairly small, but you can fit a water bottle in it, a jacket, something like that. It actually has straps instead of strings, which were important to me. And it folds up into a small space. So I like this. It works pretty well. I picked it up at a dollar store in Europe. I think it was probably, I don't know, €4 or something like that. Extra pair of glasses. I have my passport, and I make a photocopy of my passport. So I carry a photocopy which is laminated, and I have this that I carry around on my person. When I'm in the country, I only use this for airports or going across borders, and then it gets locked away, and then this I'm using the rest of the time. I have a rain jacket, which is an outer hard shell, and then this soft shell, which is a Patagonia, which I wear underneath it. So that's it as a combination for my jackets. I'm wearing 9 out of the 37 items on my person. Plus I'm carrying another 3 in the backpack, and my money clip that I have here, which is just credit cards and money. And then I'm wearing a neck pillow. So this is pretty nice neck pillow. It's a little bit thicker than normal. Let me go through the clothing. I have this packing cube here, which is a little bit unique, and it has 4 chambers on it that zip open. A large chamber, a small chamber, and then the exact same thing on the other side. So I can use it for clean clothes on one side, dirty clothes on the other, which was sort of the design. I like it. Right now I have 2 that are completely empty, so I can use those for dirty clothes once the clean clothes are dirty. So I have 2 pairs of socks plus the pair I'm wearing, so that gives me a total of 3 pairs of socks. I put that in the small container. I have 2 underwears plus the one I'm wearing. That gives me 3 underwears. I wash in sinks in hostels, so if I need to clean something like just a pair of socks or a pair of underwear, before I go to bed at night I will wash them in the sink, and then I'll just hang them up on the bed. Usually I'll pick a lower bunk and hang it up from the upper bunk above down just up against the wall so that it's there to dry, and then in the morning they're usually dry. I'm wearing 1 t-shirt and I'm carrying 3, so I have a total of 4 solid black t-shirts, all identical. So I have all black for the tops, and then my bottoms are either gray or khaki color. Speaking of which, I have 2 pairs of khaki shorts, and then I have 1 pair of shorts which also are swim trunks. So everything goes together in this larger pocket area. And that is it for my clothing, what I'm wearing plus this. And this slides as a unit inside of the largest chamber in this backpack. This backpack is divided into 3 chambers. The first chamber is for sort of office organizers, where you put your notebooks, your pens and pencils, notepads, business cards, things like that. So there's a bunch of little organizers here. I use the pockets in the back here to put in the computer cables and things like that, power cords, chargers and things like that in this area. So that's what I use that for. The next larger chamber is the one that I put the packing cube in, and I put the hard shell rain jacket in the very bottom of that. And then the back chamber is where you put the laptop, and it actually has an extra place to put in an iPad or a Kindle if you own one of those. And the total weight is 12.8 pounds. So there you have it, 24 items that I'm putting in my backpack, a total of 37 items that I'm taking with me to Europe. This is, in my mind, how a minimalist packs, and it gives me basically everything that I need for my trip. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next video.